I don't know, list. Hey everyone, this takes a little bit for people to start jumping on, but I have Becky Park with me today, which is so exciting.
Hi.
So hi guys, for those who are new and don't know who I am Daniela, and this is my channel. I am a
Yeah.
seller, I'm a podcaster, I'm a YouTuber, I do a little bit of everything because why not, right? Why not?
And you have a
And
full-time
tonight
job.
is a listing, would you say?
I said, and you have a full-time job, right?
Yeah, I work in state government.
That's crazy.
Yeah, just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah.
Tonight, Becky and I are gonna be listing live. Whether people join us or not, it doesn't matter. We're gonna be listing. So that's what we're gonna do because we need to list all
Yes.
the things that have been sitting in piles for I can't tell you how long. I've just not been motivated to list.
I have not been motivated at all. Like, I feel like I was on such a roll. I feel like there was a month or two where I was consistently listing at least 10 items a day and cross-listing 10 items over to various platforms. And I was like so consistent and so good at it. And then I stopped for like a couple days because I just like wasn't feeling well. And then it was so hard to get back into the rhythm of things. Like the second you kind of get off of your role, it's like game over. And so it's hard. Like yesterday I listed 5 things, cross listed 5 things, and I felt like I ran a marathon. So
I mean, that's really good. That's really good.
I
Yeah,
yeah, I
I just haven't been. I don't know what it is. I mean, we'll get into it, I guess. But why don't you just introduce yourself for those who may not know who you are?
yeah.
Everyone knows Becky Park, but you know.
No. Okay, well, hello. My name is Becky Park. I am a part-time reseller. And there's kind of been an interesting debate, I feel like, for some people regarding
Yeah.
that term, part-time, full-time, whatever. But I guess I consider myself part-time because I do have a full-time job as a high school choir teacher. And in the leftover pockets of time, that's when I do my reselling stuff. I resell on Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, Citizen. I'm still kind of doing ThreadUp here and there. And then I started a Shopify store. I also have a YouTube channel, and my YouTube and Instagram are both Becky Park on Poshmark. I think that's it.
Yeah. So, first of all, how's your Shopify store going?
It's okay. I feel
What
like,
prompted you to do it, I guess, is the first thing.
well, I wanted kind of my own landing page because I have some ideas for what I want to do in the far and near future. I don't know which of those things are actually going to happen, but I wanted kind of a space to call my own.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a good way to do it. I thought it was like a low maintenance, cheap way to do it. I actually had like a mommy blog like many, many years ago. And I mean, I enjoyed it, but the upkeep of it was kind of a lot. And I didn't have any sort of like real Instagram presence or really any presence anywhere on social media. So it didn't really do well. But I remember like, you have to pay for it and stuff. And so there is a cost associated with it, but I just kind of wanted my own space. And so it's going okay. Like I made a few sales. I haven't really like pushed, for anything, especially just because I haven't like listed new stuff on there since I launched. And I have to figure out how to give people the ability to filter by size. I don't think it's that difficult, but I'm not very good at like, it's not like it's coding necessarily, but I'm not good at any of that kind of stuff. I'm not super tech savvy. I did build it using Kristen from Voyages of Verb for a course. And even with her like holding my hand through it, it was tough. Like it's not very intuitive. It's not very easy or simple. I think once you get into the rhythm of things and you figure it out, then and as you start listing, you're like, okay, like I feel like I got this. But I get why platforms like Poshmark and eBay are taking a cut of our money because it's just much easier to do some of those things. But it's also pretty satisfying to like have like a place to call your own. But yeah, so I mean, that's kind of what sparked the idea.
Yeah, I've been working on my website for like, I don't know, 6 or 7 months. But like I don't want it to be, so mine's on WordPress because I have experience in WordPress.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
So WordPress gives you more capabilities to do different things, where Shopify is very like, it's shop specific, right? So with mine, I can customize it a little differently. I can have blog space. I can kind of evolve it as my business evolves, which is what I liked about it. But it gets no love because it requires me to sit down in front of my computer and watch YouTube videos and then go in and follow the YouTube video and do what it is that I need to do. Is WordPress is much more complex. There's code that's involved. Like, I'm not a coder. Like,
no, I think my mommy blog was on WordPress.
Well, it has more capabilities, so that would make sense.
It does. And like with Shopify, you can do things like blog and stuff, but you have to, again, kind of know what you're doing. You have to build stuff in, and it's not easy, So
yeah, definitely not. We have some friends that are here. Hello, everyone saying hello to you, Becky.
Hi. Oh my gosh, I had it on private chat, and so
you can see the comments.
Yeah, now I can see it.
Now you can see them. People start to filter in. It's so weird because there's such a delay with StreamYard, and then it's like people slowly start to come on. It's like, oh, they're all here. It looked like we were talking to ourselves for the last 3 minutes. Hi everyone. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Michelle, for your comment on my glasses. I get the most compliments on these glasses, and they're like 5 or 6 years old, and I just never get rid of them because I love them.
They're so fun. I like them.
Thanks. So hello to everyone that's in the chat. Becky and I are going to be listing all things. We're just catching up now. We're just chatting about things, and we're going to dive into listings soon. Are you guys going to be listing? Let us know in the chat if you guys are going to be listing with us. What is your game plan? Oh, hey, Amber. She's going to start doing her story.
Amber had a listing challenge on Saturday. Yeah.
100 listings, right? How did that go?
That's crazy. Oh, you mean with us when we did it?
Yeah, when you guys did it.
Oh, it was good. Amber, how many did you get done by yourself on Saturday? I think she tried to do like a one-day thing too, but it wasn't horrible. I went the route of like taking all of my pictures in one day and then listing the next day.
That's what I would do too.
Yeah, I think Amber and Courtney tried to like kind of batch it in groups of like 20 to 25 or something. I think they like took pictures, listed, and then, just kind of went back and forth. I just kind of how it worked out. It just made sense to do it the other way. And it kind of worked. I mean, I was up though till like 1 or 2 in the morning.
Oh, I'm sure.
But yeah. So I feel like,
how many did you finish?
I did. I got my 100 up. I feel like that was what kind of did me in, and I was like done. I was like, I'm not gonna list anymore for a while. It was just so much, but I still have stuff lying around.
Of course, who doesn't? I have bags everywhere. Did you notice a difference then, since you listed so many in one day? So talk about that, because there's that big controversy, right? You list more, you sell more. Like, did you notice any differences?
Well, it was bad in the sense of like, okay, so I listed the 100. I had no sales the day that I listed the 100. And I don't think I had any sales on Poshmark the next day either. Like, I know both Amber and Courtney, I think Courtney too, I don't know if she ever talked about it. I think they were like selling stuff as they were listing. That was not happening to me. Hi, Kathy. Hi.
Denali.
Hello, Denali. I'm trying to like, yes.
Yeah, I know. It's so distracting to like go back and forth.
So I didn't really sell a lot of that stuff like right away, but then it started selling through, and then I like didn't list anything for like a few days, and then I listed a couple things, and then I like took a break for like 5 days. So I feel like because I've been inconsistent, like, I mean, a lot of the stuff that I listed in that challenge of listing 100 things, a lot of it has sold through, which is great. Yeah, I mean, I haven't noticed like a huge dip. So I think because of the consistency of the last month or two, things are still okay.
Yeah. But, I've never necessarily seen a difference on Poshmark when I list. On other platforms I do, like eBay, for example.
Yeah.
I can list, if I list things, it takes a little bit and then I'll get a return on it. But on Poshmark, I feel like it depends on the item sometimes. It has nothing to do with how many things I list. I could list something that's very desirable and it sells within 24 hours, or it sells right then and there. So I feel like I don't think there's a real answer to that question. I think it just depends. Constant activity, which is difficult when you work full time outside the home.
Yeah. And you're actually for real putting in full-time hours. I have a full-time job right now, but it's for me, I mean, I know a lot of teachers who are teaching remotely who are putting in more hours than when they were teaching but as a choir teacher, I'm sitting here like twiddling my fingers. I have a lot more time on my hands than I used to. So for you though, I mean, to work like a full day and then come home and
for example, today, where I can't control what happens where I work. I mean, it's state government. Things come as they come. And I mean, I was supposed to go on Clubhouse with Denali, and that she just texted me. She's like, "Hey, where are you?" I'm like, "Sorry, in a meeting. Like, I cannot. Like, sorry guys, I gotta go on Clubhouse." You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't work.
They're like, "Are you 7 years old? You're going to Clubhouse?"
Clubhouse is what they would probably say to me. So that fell through, and then I'm super late. Like, I am very like structured type A. Like, I like to have things done a certain way, and I like to be on time and set things up. And I'm like a disheveled mess tonight because I walked in the doors like, Becky, I just got home, sent Becky all the links and everything, and here I am.
Daniela messaged me and she was like, "Don't look too cute tonight because I'm gonna be wearing sweat."
This is how stressed I am. Look how pink my cheeks are. This is like
I have like
adult acne. What's going on? That's what I want to know. I thought this ended.
No, it doesn't.
It still happens.
I know. Like my students are the worst. They'll be like, "You have a huge zit." I'm like, "Will you stop?"
High schoolers, the worst.
Not every zit on your face. Like, do you want me to play that game? You have a zit on your face. I'm like, leave me alone.
When I used to teach, I actually loved my high schoolers because I could be real with them, especially my juniors and seniors. It was like, I could just say things and they'd be like, all right, you have a point. Like, you can kind of put them in their place, especially when you're younger. They listen to you in a different way. When my middle schoolers, I could say they forget it. My middle schoolers were a different story.
Yeah.
Different story. So Daniela said she was happy to cancel. She kept working. Well, I'm great. That's great. I'm glad that we were able to cancel and you keep working here. Let's see what's going on. Michelle's saying that she has stuff everywhere too. Yeah. Who doesn't? I never did. I was like never having a pile anywhere, never going to do it. And then I got like heavily involved in reselling and that changed really quick.
You guys can kind of, I'm going to tilt my look at
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's more than me.
That's not even where like the majority, like a lot of that stuff is kid stuff that I'm taking to like a kids consignment store. So a lot of it is gonna go, but a lot of it has to listen. That's not even really my clothes. It's like shoes and accessories. It is so embarrassing. It's like out of control. But this is actually in control. Like this is actually.
So are those things that you found? Are they donations? Like what is all that?
A mix of everything. There's a lot of threaded rescue boxes in here. Really the majority of this is kid stuff. And then some of it is like shoes and stuff that I've thrifted. Heidi said my band director has been fierce. He's lost half his band. That's how my band director at my field too. Like, I mean, he's already had some kids drop like this semester because they're like, this is not the band that I signed up for. I'm kind of worried too for next year. I mean, it's going to be a rebuilding year. It stinks. Hannah's talking about acne. Yes. Like what in the world?
What is it? And I don't want it. Like stop it.
And I know Kathy said earlier, the more she list,
just saw that. Yeah. The more that she lists, the more sales. I really think it's dependent on what it is you're listing.
Yeah.
Price point probably has a lot to do with it. If you're listing things that are, in a $20 to $35 price point, I feel like those are going to move quicker anyway. Yeah. It depends on so many different things.
Yeah.
So Becky and I were talking, and we might start photographing during this and list as well. I have like probably 6 or 7 things on my phone already. And we were talking about motivation before. I have not been motivated to photograph. I have not been motivated to list. I have just been in this weird rut. And I think it's because work has been overtaking my life lately. And I also feel like everything in my life doesn't have a schedule anymore. Like my husband's home all the time because he works from home, and my mom's home most of the time because she's working from home, but then not really. And she's having a procedure done tomorrow. And it's like, there's like all different, like life just throws things at you sometimes. And you're like, I just need to like get away. And then I spent like 3 days on Clubhouse and now I'm done. Like, you know what I mean? Like I still like to do the rooms. I still want to engage. I want to see people, but like I was listening to a lot, like I wasn't listening to reseller content when I first got on there. I was like binging YouTube content, binging podcasting content, like that kind of stuff. And There's a lot on there.
Was that stuff good? I've only really listened in on reselling stuff, but how was like the YouTube and
so there's I don't know if you follow YouTube gurus like Roberto or Nick Nimmin. They're like big YouTube gurus, so they're on there all the time. Answering questions and stuff. And I like they literally say, come up here, you have questions about your channel, you want to learn more about how to grow your channel, that different stuff. They'll look at your channel. They kind of do a consult, which you would normally have to pay for. So it's kind of neat to have that perspective from everyone that's in there.
Yeah.
I liked it. There's investing stuff. I mean, it's whatever you want to really get into. Heidi is saying he only has 1 year before retirement to rebuild. So
that's hard. Yeah. I mean, it's like, I'm sure that he knows that whatever the numbers aren't necessarily a reflection of him, but just everything that happened. But I know that stinks. It's like you work so hard to build up your program, and I don't know.
Do they, as a choir or band teacher, is your job dependent on how many people sign up for that elective or no?
I don't know how it is for your husband, Heidi. I'm really lucky because the district that I'm in, they don't put a lot of pressure on me to like have huge numbers. And I think too, they know that like I don't have a good feeder program. I think that hopefully will change. We got a new teacher in there who is strong, but I don't have a strong feeder program. So I have to really start from scratch with all the kids that come in. I never have huge choirs, but no one really cares because, the quality is pretty good. And like the kids who are there are so psyched to be there, and it's such a community, and I think people recognize that. And I tell the kids all the time, I'm like, I don't need you. So if you're gonna be a diva, or if you're gonna like be in here and kind of ruin our vibe, like please get out. Like I mean, I like actively try to like kick kids out if they're like ruining the experience for everyone, because it only takes one, to make it horrible for everyone else. And so I'm like very protective of who's in there and just making sure that it's like good vibes every day, because I want it to be a place where I want to go, and I also want it to be a place where the kids want to be. And I don't want to lose good kids because I've got
that was, so for me, I was a choir nerd from middle school and all through high school, and a little bit in choir in college, but not much, because it starts to get a little different in college. And that was my escape in high school. Like if there was something going on in a class, or like I needed space to get away, I could go to my choir teacher whenever I wanted, and I could leave. He would write me a pass, like totally forgiven. He would talk to the teacher, be like, hey, she's going to help me down here to organize music or whatever. Because I was bullied as a child. So that was like my escape, it's kids there. It's just, it is what it is. I was bullied. So that was my, like, I could hide there and I felt safe and I had friends there. Like, it was just, that's what choir was to me. So I totally understand what you're saying. Totally get that. Daniela is saying the non-reselling stuff is the best. I may agree with that.
I have to.
You need to try that, the non-reselling stuff.
I do. Yeah, I do need to try that. I kind of talked about it on my Instagram a little bit. I was not like, I don't know. Like, I think just personally for me, Clubhouse isn't like my jam.
Yeah.
And that's just for me. So I could do without. But maybe I'll try listening to some of the other people and others.
Yeah. I mean, I have it on mindlessly most of the time. So
but for me, I'm very much like, I mean, I do turn to YouTube a lot, especially when I'm in the mood to like learn and expand my horizons on, different brands and what's selling for people and whatnot. But like, if it's not that, I'm just going to turn on something like 30 Rock or The Office or something, like just something fun and mindless to have on in the background that I can like laugh at, and that'll put me in a good mood. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I wasn't, the little that I sat in on for Clubhouse stuff, like it was like there were some good conversations and stuff, but I wasn't like entertained, and I wasn't necessarily like
engrossed in the content that was
like I don't know. So it was like
it's not for everyone though, which is
no, it's not. And I think for some people, they probably loved it. So
yeah. So Michelle's saying her daughter's really depressed, not being able to have band and choir senior year. That would depress me too, because that was a big deal senior year. Like choir was the best part.
It would have been huge. I mean, and even, talking to some of my seniors from last year who graduated, like one of them was like, I think I just have to come to terms with the fact that like what happened to us as a class was a traumatic experience. And I was like,
Yeah.
absolutely. Like you have every right to say that. And my seniors now, I feel for them so much. Like they won't get any prom, they didn't have their junior or senior prom. Like, and we're trying to do stuff with like acapella, but it's just not the same, and they know it. And I
mean, I give you credit, Becky, because that is difficult what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. And it's like I could and should be doing a lot more, but it's just so hard to do things virtually when singing in an ensemble depends on like being in the same room, and, like hearing other people. And so, and I mean, the kids just aren't really there for it either, because it's not what they signed up for. So it is so hard, all of you with kids that are in music ensembles. I feel for you and for them. It's so hard. It
is. Let's Y2K clothing has really improved my sales. Vintage is in. You are correct in that. You are correct. I don't have any Y2K or vintage clothing that I'm going to be listing right now. It is all modern stuff. Let's see. I have a Reese cardigan in here. I have this amazing Free People like half zip fluffy cozy sweater that I want to keep for myself that I'm going to list. I've got some Lululemon aloe leggings. I have a lot of athletic wear that I'm listing tonight. And a couple of jackets.
I'm listing.
I mean, I'm in New England too. So you have like a lot of this stuff is, I don't want to say that it comes easily to me, but it's like I can find it, Like I can go into the city. I can go into Boston if I want and I can get it.
Yes.
And I know where you have a pretty good bins. You're able to find stuff to list and sell. I mean, you do pretty well.
My bins are like 2 hours away, 2.5 hours away.
Okay.
So I don't go there very often, but it's like, it's fine. Like I do okay. I like right now in my drafts on Poshmark, it's stuff from like my ThredUp rescue box. So there's some weird stuff in there, but most of it is fine.
So, okay, you list on your computer. I'm going to be listing on my phone.
Okay. Should we do like you list one thing and
I mean, we can do whatever we want. Who's listing in the chat? Let us know. And what are you listing? Tell us what you're listing. My phone just did a really weird thing. Okay. We can both be listing at the same time. Who can list faster? Well, you're already draft. Mine's not drafted. I have to like go through my photos.
Yeah. Veronica said it's training to be a teacher in a pandemic. Veronica teaches German.
Oh, wow, Veronica. I had no idea Veronica teaches German.
Yeah. And then she said, don't beat yourself up for not doing more. Well, thank you. I
mean, she's right.
Not to, yeah.
And then hopefully next year, you'll be able to be in a classroom in some capacity.
Yeah.
With children. That's the goal, right? That's every teacher's goal. Teachers don't want to be home doing this. No teacher wants to be doing this from home. They're doing it from home for the safety of the children and everyone who's involved. It's not,
Yeah, I'm actually going into school and like working with kids for the first time tomorrow, but it's like 5 kids. It's just like the kids who failed 5 or more last semester. So it's like working with them in small groups to see if we can help them recover some of those credits.
That's great.
Yeah, so it's better than nothing. So I'm excited to see that small handful, and but it's going to be weird, like working with kids for the first
time. To be like face to face with them, and you haven't been since March. That's just
and some of them I've never met before because they're freshmen, so that'll be interesting.
Well, that'll be interesting. Right. Hey, we've never met before, but I'm gonna help you out. People are listing shoes. Marissa's listing shoes, and Daniela's packing the real boxes. What are you packing in your real boxes? Tell me all about it. Veronica's cross-posting to Macari. So I need to start cross-posting tonight on a few different things. So I hired a VA to cross-post all of my listings. I had like 500 listings to list over. Mm-hmm. So I hired a VA to do it all for me. And now I'm at the point where I need to start actually listing myself again, cross-listing myself. So I need to.
So that they have something to do.
Yeah.
I am currently listing this short sleeve hoodie shirt with a Nintendo controller on the.
Oh, I think that will sell. Were you putting that on Poshmark or Macari?
I start everything on Poshmark and then I cross list over to everywhere else. But it was in my ThredUp rescue box.
I mean, it's kind of neat though. I feel like that's something that will sell.
Yeah, it's very retro. It's like
So have you dabbled into the whole vintage selling
I mean,
platform?
Like vintage selling platforms?
No, I'm sorry, just vintage selling, sorry.
Like I have listed and sold some vintage things. I don't like actively go out and seek it, but I don't like turn my nose up at it either. Like if I find something and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like I'll, it's a little bit more work for me because I don't know very much about it. So like listing it and all that kind of stuff takes a lot more time. But I have listed some cool vintage pieces that, have like I got like a pair of vintage Levi's in a DIY denim rescue box from ThredUp, and they sold for like $75. And a viewer bought them outright. She was so sweet, but like her husband like collects them or something.
Yeah.
But I just don't know very much about it. I'm sure I've passed on some really amazing things. I have like a Gunny Sacks dress that I've had for like over a year, just like waiting to get steamed. And, so it's like I have stuff and I know of some things, but I'm not a connoisseur of, I don't really know what's going on.
So Laura Von V, who we know, who is like the vintage queen guru, I told her I need a list of like, I need you to make a video and break down like popular or like vintage brands that I should be looking for when I'm out in the thrift. I know nothing about vintage besides like designer and luxury vintage, which doesn't even count.
Yeah.
I want to know, like, I want to know more because I find there is a ton of vintage out here, but I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know if it's worth anything. Is it worth my time to get it? Like, I don't know. And I think it's because I also don't understand like the TikTok fashions and like what's on Depop, like all that stuff. Cause I just don't venture into that stuff.
Yeah.
So I feel like it hinders me a little bit from expanding my reach.
Yeah.
But then do I really want to do that to myself, Becky?
I know. And that's, that's the thing too, is like, I think sometimes it's okay to like pick a lane and stay in it for a while if we're doing, I mean, obviously like learn what you can, but I think sometimes we stretch ourselves too thin as resellers and we try to do all the things.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's like, I like luxury stuff is like really cool. And even though I don't have access to it here, I know that like I could do retail arbitrage or,
you could source it somewhere.
Yes, like ThredUp or the Real Deal and stuff. But it's like, I really don't know very much about that sector of clothing. I don't know how to authenticate things. I don't know, just so many things. And it's like, is it really worth it for me to learn how to do all that when I'm not going to come into contact with a lot of that stuff really readily? Like I have to like, go out of my way to try and find it. And even when I do, like, is it real? You know what I mean? And like the few times I have found things, there's someone who has an Instagram account for the Love of Luxury. I think that's her handle.
Yeah. Yep.
She's always been so gracious and helpful. And like, I'll be like, is this real? And she'll tell me. And usually it is. But yeah, I mean, even if you find a luxury brand, it doesn't mean that that particular item is going to sell if you don't find the right piece or the right, so it's like, I know there's money to be made there. I know that that's, people are looking for that kind of stuff, yada, yada, yada. Right now it's outside of my scope of what I can do. And I'm okay with that,
I think that, so there's a market for it, but it's not it's not easy to move yourself unless it's a very like unique piece that people are looking for. So you'll have to basically rely on consignment services like ThredUp or the Real Deal, right? And that's what I do. I don't sell very much luxury myself. I find it, but I don't do anything with it. There are very few pieces that I will do anything with. I typically just send it off because I just don't feel like the platforms that I'm on will give me the ability to make a quick sale. And I like quick sales. No matter what it is that I'm selling, I want it to move within 30 to 60 days. Like I don't like holding on to things. So that definitely plays a part into my sourcing.
Yeah.
That's just how I work. And that's evolved over time. When I first started, I didn't understand what I wanted and what I didn't want. But now as time has gone on, I definitely understand it. Becky, we've got a comment for you on the screen.
Let me see.
I sold a Nintendo sweatshirt at Macari in a day. Did you see it? Right there.
Oh my gosh. That's awesome. Okay, well, I'm going to have to get that cross-listed.
I know, right? I feel like Macari would be the place to put that. Now, I'm just putting stuff on Poshmark. So right now, I am listing a pair of Mother jeans. They're called the Hustler Ankle Fry in Smoke'em.
Oh.
They were sold on Revolve.
Nice. I am listing a Jack Spade, which I just learned is
What's Jack Spade?
Huh?
What's Jack Spade?
I heard it's like Kate Spade's men's line.
Oh,
which I didn't even know. I know, I didn't even know was a thing. I got it in my men's thread-up rescue box, and so it's just like a button-down shirt with like a floral print on it.
I like it.
Yeah,
I've never heard of that. Maybe I have, but I just have never come across it, which is possible.
Yeah, I've seen it a handful of times. I didn't think it was that nice, but like now that I'm looking at the label, it does look like the Kate Spade kind of
like the way that it's written.
A little bit, and then but people say they find it at like TJ Maxx all the time for pretty cheap. So
I feel like that's with anything now. I feel like TJ Maxx just has every brand under the sun now.
Yeah,
they have Gucci, they have it all.
They have Gucci.
So my TJ Maxx local to me doesn't have it, but if I drive like 30 minutes out, they have Gucci, they have Fendi, they have, but it's like in a case locked up away from everyone. You can look at it, but like you can't touch it. There's no touch in that.
Yeah.
And it's so funny when you have these conversations with people that live in different areas too.
Yeah.
It's like I'm near Boston. So well, I'm not personally in Boston. I'm like an hour away, but still I'm close enough where I've seen these brands. I've never bought them for myself because that's just not in my wheelhouse. I'm a state worker. I don't make that much money. This is a resell.
Yeah.
But let's see what's going on. Just checking in on you guys, see what you're listing. Luxury scares you. I worry a buyer is going to try and scam me. I mean, it can happen. That's why I don't like to sell a lot of luxury myself. And if I have sold luxury, so usually it's like luxury shoes or handbags, I'm either getting them authenticated and I'm putting that up on my Poshmark listing, especially if it's under the $500 mark. But if it's something that's going to be over 500, which I've never sold anything over 500 on Poshmark, but if I did, Poshmark authenticates it. And I don't know what eBay's policy is. I know they authenticate sneakers and watches, but I don't know what the price point is of that. Like I'm not an expert on that. Daniela, if you're still in here and you know, feel free to shout that out. I just don't know.
And I feel like eBay would be the platform where people try to scam you. Like I did sell a Tory Burch bag that a friend like consigned through me. And the person who got it was like, my friend is saying that this is fake. And I was like, I have the receipt and blah, blah, blah from my friend. Like, don't play but yeah, that would be the platform where it happens. Because like you said, maybe they don't offer those authentication.
Authentication.
Authenticating? I don't know, whatever. But they don't offer those services maybe for like all luxury items. And so
I don't think when you go on their home screen, hold on. Distraction. If I go on their home screen, step into the sneaker channel, curate spotlight, it looks like they're highlighting sneakers, but didn't say anything about authentication. But I know they sent an email once where like sneakers and watches are like what they authenticate because they have a big sneaker and watch market on eBay, which is interesting. Marissa is listing a new Rebecca Minkoff crossbody she found for $5. That bad boy will sell, my friend.
Nice.
Rebecca Minkoff sells very well, especially the handbags. Veronica is saying, is that the runway TJ Maxx? Yeah. So we have like a semi-runway here in where I am in Rhode Island. And then if I go into Boston, there's a ton of the runway. And each runway TJ Maxx is a little different. They all have different things. Hi, Noreen. I know you, but I'm glad that you introduced yourself to everyone. Noreen is semi-local to me. She's in Connecticut.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hi, Lucia. How are you? Eyelet Dreams Reseller, you can list with us while you're watching.
Yeah. Come and list. This is what we're doing. This is our motivation to list. However, this chat is very distracting when you're trying to list. Not gonna lie.
I'm letting you take care of that while I...
So if I don't answer you guys, I'm not being rude. I'm just trying to list. And then as I'll look through and I'll make sure I put things up. Okay, so here we go. Noreen just said I sold a watch for $650, and yes, they authenticated it on eBay. All right, that's what I thought. I don't. Is there a threshold for that, Noreen? Is it like if it's a certain price point, or is it just all watches? I'm assuming it's certain brands like Rolex. That's my guess. That is my guess. All right, I'm moving on. I've already listed one. I've listed one item.
Nice. I think I've listed like 3.
Okay, well, you have drafts. So
I have drafts.
I do not.
I do, but I'm running out, so you guys are gonna watch me take pictures of shoes here.
Oh, well, this would be good though, so people can see how it is that you.
Well, you're also gonna see my crazy outfit, but that's okay.
That's all right.
Okay.
I kind of forced you into not dressing for this, so.
No, I just filmed 2 YouTube videos, so I wore this in one of the videos, but I'm wearing like bright
I like that little floral pattern.
Yeah, I got it from Jack Valentine.
All my clothes come from Jack and Ryan.
I know. I mean, at this point, like they'll just message me and be like, "Do you want this?" And I'm like, "Just put it on my tab." Like I don't
put it on my tab. Like I love that they ask you. Well, like I have to say, I have told Ryan and Jack before. I'm like, hey, if you guys find anything in my size, just let me know, and we'll make it work. All right.
Yes.
They're my little personal shoppers. They're great.
No, they're great. Ryan will find stuff for like the kids. Like he's sent like Lily Pulitzer swimsuits for Lucy. Like it's crazy. And they just
so good
listing all the time, and they just have such a good eye. I got like Ryan sent me like the ugliest vintage sweater with like piano keys along the side. It's got like huge shoulder pads, like like those like 80s sweaters.
Yeah.
It's so funny. It's ridiculous. But
you have a nice little comment here, my friend.
I need to be paying attention, guys. I'm
listing, but you have a nice comment and you should see that.
Yes.
Letitia said do a nice little comment.
Yeah, that's so sweet.
Oh, okay. The authentication was on Poshmark. So yeah, if you're a Poshmark seller, 500 plus, they're going to authenticate it themselves. I do know some people have had some issues with it, but I mean, that's with any authentication service. Nothing's perfect. Everything's through pictures and it's virtual. So, and then if they are getting it in person, it's possible that it could be real and maybe it's just an older style and they don't know it and they have to get a special person to come in to look at it. I mean, there's so many things that go into authentication. It's not an easy process. That is for sure. Veronica has an eBay question. If I have an unpaid case against a buyer, will that go away on its own once I ship the item? The buyer is asking me to remove it. I thought that was automatic once they pay.
I thought it was automatic too.
That's what I thought too. So that's weird.
Yeah, I've never had someone ask me or I've never had to manually remove an unpaid case.
I feel like it drops off after whatever the time frame is, right? Yeah. It should just drop. Once they pay, it should just go.
I think so. I would just tell them to reach out to eBay. That's not on you. Like it's not your fault that you took forever to pay. So
right.
They got to
pay it on time. I still don't understand why eBay just doesn't automatically have the payment go through. Why isn't that a thing? You're like an enormous reselling platform that's been around since the beginning of time in the 90s. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Amber Smith. Hi, Amber. Love you guys. Perfect timing for a listing chat. Doing a mini listing challenge today. Great.
Nice.
How many things are you listing? Let us know. Becky's going to hop off a little early here, but I'm going to stay a little bit longer. And Becky's going to be on here for another half hour or so. And then I'm going to keep listing. I'm going to list everything on my phone, and then we're going to shut it down here. You can reach out to eBay support, but it should drop off after 24 hours. That's what I thought too, Amber. That's what I thought. I'm going to show you guys this Sam Edelman coat that I found. So this is in my next video, but I'm going to show you guys anyway. This is like sneak peek. I thrifted this. I don't know if it's going to show up on the screen. Can you see that? Yeah. It's a Sam Edelman. It's vegan leather, and it's got that shearling. I never pick up Sam Edelman, but it was $3. I thought it was cute. People seem to like that style of jacket. I figured, why not? I know nothing about it, so I'm going to research it before I list it, so that I can get a better idea of what I should list it at. Veronica, that's what I thought. I'm confused. They asked too. They've been complicated already. I mentioned it yesterday in my What Sold. Shameless plug. All right, everyone, go follow Veronica when you're done here. Make sure you subscribe to her channel. If anyone has any video, a YouTube channel or podcast or anything that they would like to promote, feel free to do that in the chat, because I want everyone to have people following their stuff. Hi, Sarah. Didn't even know you were in here. Hey. When people ask, I'm not the USPS, ask them. Yeah, I get that. I've had a few people reach out to me about that too. Like, hey, why did this take 3 weeks to get to me? And I'm like, I don't know. I shipped it on the date that you see in the tracking, and I can't. I don't know. It went around the world and then it got to you. I can't answer that question. I don't know.
Yeah.
Answer that.
That part kills me. That part kills me too.
I know.
had someone, like an international buyer, who bought a bunch of shirts off of me. I like gave him a steal. He took forever to pay. And then he had the audacity to be like, but like, where are my shirts? And I'm like, you live in like Chile or something. Like, I ship these.
I don't ship that far.
Like you need to calm down. Like it was,
that would have been my response to, like, you need to relax.
yeah. I don't know.
Let's see. I cannot find this exact coat. All right, no, here's one. All right, one's listed for $60 on Poshmark. It's black, not brown, but it's the same one. Not sold. So this is where, I don't know about you, Becky, but when I'm looking for things, so I use Google Lens first.
Mm-hmm.
That's like my go-to. I'll use Google Lens. And then if I can't find anything on Google Lens, then I'll go just into Google and start typing descriptive or keywords that maybe will help me get the stock photo or listing of it or other people's listings. And then I just kind of go from there. What's your process when you're listing?
Yeah, like some brands, if the style name is already on there or something, you know, your work is kind of done. But or like, you know, like the J. Crews, the
Madewell,
all those, like you can just look up the style number. But yeah, I've been using Google Lens a lot too. It's been really helpful. I'll just type usually into Google, or depending on what the item is too, like sometimes I'll just go directly into the Poshmark search bar and I'll kind of, like you said, type out keywords or ways that I would describe it and see if I can find it. Yeah. And I feel like I just kind of price most things at like 25, 50, like, you know, trying to hit those price points where like it'll be in two categories, if that makes sense.
That's a good point. That I see. I'm so bad at that when it comes to pricing. I should price it so it goes into two categories.
Mm-hmm.
I never do that.
Yeah, it's something I've started doing more. Like even if like I could get away with like listing it for like 28 or something, I'll just list it at 25. So it shows up both, you know, if people have price filters on. And then like, or if something is like maybe really only worth 18, but like maybe I could get away, you know, I'll just like, so I don't know. So my go-to price for the most part is like $25, $50.
To go off of what you said, I have this crazy idea. Well, maybe it's not crazy, where items that have been sitting in my closet for a while that I just don't want to deal with anymore, and my cost of goods was like $10 or less, I'm just going to go through and clearance everything at $25.
Yeah.
Like weekend, and then see what happens. Probably do a closet clear out day.
Yeah.
That'd probably be the smart way to do it.
That'd be a really cool experiment.
And just see what happens. See how many cents I make. Because then I'd still be making 20, which means I'd be doubling my money, and I should be fine with that, right?
Yeah.
Like, don't be a stickler for the price, Daniela. Just get the money. All right, I found the coat, found the style.
Nice.
Yes, it looks like people are selling it between 75 and 100, which I feel like is a little high for Sam Edelman. I don't know what Sam Edelman clothing really does, though. I've never.
That's what I was going to say. I don't know very much about the clothing. I feel like it's a good quality jacket and people are willing to pay up for.
Yeah.
So
I would hope. That's my hope. All right. Oh, here's the Nordstrom listing. Okay. We like a good Nordstrom listing where I can copy and paste a few things.
Yes.
We like that.
Yes.
I wish more brands had style numbers on everything. So I can do that. That would be extremely helpful. Hello to all of our friends that are coming to the chat now. We're not ignoring you, I promise. We're just listing, which is the whole point of this little live we have going on here. Totally forgot that comment was highlighted. So if you're listing, let us know in the chat what you're listing and how that's going for you. What's your goal? Do you have a listing goal for the week? My listing goal is to just list. My goal tonight is to honestly list 30 items. I have 30 in a pile. That's my goal, 30. Yeah, because I've listed about 2 every day since January 1st. So that needs to stop. 2 is not enough.
I know. I just need to like get my piles, like multiple piles, down to a non-embarrassing amount. It's bad. Like it's really bad. Which, I mean, and it's because like when I go out to source, like I go hard. Like I don't do like, I'll go and pop in and get like a few things here and there. Like I like get a ton and then I bring it home. But I need to, for the sake of my family, I need to get it under control.
For the sanity of my family, sometimes I feel like my marriage as well. I need to relax.
My husband reminds me often. He's like, I'm like a very patient man. I'm like, I know.
I just want to clarify that I'm very patient when it comes to your reselling habit.
Yeah. He's like, not everyone. I'm like, I know.
I know. Mine says the same thing to me. He goes, when we walk, because I'm in a 1-bedroom apartment. So when I walk into the bedroom, I'm bombarded by used clothing everywhere. I'm like, I know. Yeah. But when we have a house, it'll be very different, I promise.
Yeah. You're like
everywhere in the basement.
No. Yeah, I know.
You'll never know that it's even there. So where do you store your stuff, Becky? Do you have like an office that you store all your stuff in?
So thankfully we have like a pretty big house and this like bonus room that it's we use it as our playroom, but it's really big. And so one wall is like all of my shelves with, my bins and stuff, and my racks where I hang stuff that I'm going to list and where I'm going to steam and stuff. So the majority of my stuff lives there. But I also, right now this is supposed to be my son's room, but he like refuses to sleep by himself. He is 3 years old and he still sleeps with me. So like
there's nothing wrong with that.
I mean, I will be so sad the day he like moves out.
He decides he's a big boy. I know.
Yeah, I will actually be really sad. But so like in this room is still like a crib that he actually never used. Like he basically co-slept with me since he was like born. But there's like a crib. There's not even a real bed for him, but like all this clothes and shoes. So like eventually he will have a room. So that's
someday.
Yeah. And this,
you know what? There's nothing wrong with that, Becky. If he still wants to sleep with you, then
oh my God, like he cannot. And like if I get up while he's sleeping, he will wake up, like no matter what, he will wake up and look for me. And so but it's so sweet. Like I love it. And I know I'll miss it when he, decides he's too big to sleep with me, but I do love it. Yeah.
He's a good boy, that one. He is funny.
He is so
funny.
I really enjoy my kids. They are really fun.
Your daughter is very talented when it comes to music.
Oh, yes, she is. I think so too.
She's very talented. Yeah. Let's see. I'm going to check in the chat here. Wendy did some new videos lately. Revolve and Wild Fox Hall. Nice. Check that out. I don't have a lot of luck with Revolve. When I do find, I don't even know what half the Revolve brands are. Revolve, it's hard to say, brands are, and I just don't have a ton of luck selling them.
Mm-hmm.
Google Lens is awesome. Yes, if you do not use the Google Lens, download the Google app on your phone. All you have to do is go into the search bar, click the little picture image, put your image in there, and Google will pull up everything that has to do with your image. Sometimes I use it, even if it's like an obscure piece that doesn't necessarily have a brand or anything, just to see what other companies have listed it at, or like what title they've used, like what descriptive words they use, just to kind of give me a better idea. Oh, thank you, Michelle. I'm glad you like this. It helps motivate me to list. Great. I'm glad. That's the whole point, because I need a motivation to list. So what better way to do it than to come on live and make everyone else list with me? And have Becky on here with me, because this is Becky's first time on my channel, which is really exciting.
I know. I'm so excited.
I know. And I'm excited for just everything that you have going on this year and just all of it.
Yes. And I don't know, like for me, I like hanging out like this. It feels very like authentic. It feels, and even like with the chat and stuff, I don't know. So I definitely prefer this to Clubhouse. That's just me though. I think a lot of people like.
Yeah. Well, this is different. You're getting dual modality, right? You're getting the visual aspect of it, and then you're getting the chat at the same time. So the people can't necessarily respond by voice, but they're responding. Sarah left the chat, but she said, I used to not have piles, but after the shutdown in March, and no inventory. I have one and a half months of inventory now. See, but now I feel like that's not a bad thing because we never know what's going to happen given the climate of the world, and having that backup, I feel like is necessary now, where before we probably wouldn't have thought twice about it.
For sure.
Or at least that's what I think. Noreen is saying Clubhouse has thrown me off course with listing. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna talk about this right now. And I said it in my Instagram stories, but like you need to set up boundaries for yourself for everything, no matter what social media platform it is. I shut off all notifications of Clubhouse day one because they were just nonstop on my phone. I was like, no, I can't do this. I don't have notifications on my phone, not for Poshmark, not for eBay, like nothing besides text messages and phone calls. That's it. I don't want notifications from games. Like I don't want any of that on my phone. It is distracting. And I personally don't like that. Other people might, but I feel like if you find yourself so engrossed in something that hours go by and you've gotten nothing accomplished that you need to get done, you might need to look at setting up a timer or something. Like, I know it sounds so childish, but I do it to myself all the time. Set timers, like, all right, you have 2 hours, you need to get this done. When that timer goes off, you can get up and do whatever you want for the next half hour. You know, like I just think that's so important to have balance in all aspects.
I forgot that I have, sorry, I'm completely pivoting.
Go right ahead.
I was listening to you, but then I also remembered that I have pictures on my phone that I could just drag. But that seemed really selfish of me to just be
not at all. Your brain just went there. No problem.
Oh, that's so funny. Sorry about
it. You are forgiven. Google Photos app works too. Automatically syncs to your camera roll. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. And so you can like delete stuff from your phone because it's already on Google Photos.
Oh, that's amazing.
I know it used to be unlimited, but I don't think it is anymore. I think you have to pay to like upgrade, your store. Yeah. But I know when we switched to that, it was a lifesaver. I was so thankful.
I had no idea that even existed. Look at this. You guys are teaching me something new. Same, definitely prefer this to Clubhouse. Yeah, there's just something about seeing someone's face and the expressions that they make and like watching them do things. There's something to be said about that as like a human in general. Yeah. Like we crave that kind, like, what are they doing? What are they really looking at? Like, are they really listening to my conversation? Where I guess on Clubhouse, people could completely tune out. And I've been in rooms where that's happened and they call on someone and it's like nothing, like they're not coming back. So, I mean, I like podcasts too. Clubhouse is kind of like a live podcast, but it's also like a chat room. I feel like I'm in an AOL chat room. That's the way I've described it to people. I am in an AOL chat room from when I was a teenager.
AOL.
Mm-hmm. Right? Brings back memories.
Yes.
I used to live on those chat rooms. Then I used to get yelled at. Like, what are you doing on there? You don't know these people. Now I talk to strangers on the internet as a part-time job.
So true. So
but it's fine. Again, guys, sorry if I'm not answering all your things here, but I am trying to get this thing listed. All right, I don't know what to list this at. I need help. What do I list this Sam Edelman jacket at?
75.
All right, 75.
Then you're in that 2 price.
Yeah.
So
explain to people who may not know, or if you can off the top of your head, what are the variants there in the pricing?
I think they're $25 increments. So it's like, so basically if you're buying stuff on Poshmark and you only want to look for things within a certain price range, on Poshmark they have it set up so it's like you can choose $0 to $25 or $25 to $50 or $50 to $75, and you can kind of select like which price filters you want to look through. Mercari, it's a little bit different. They just have like the little scroll bar thing and you can like move it to like $14 or whatever, but it's like set in increments of $25 on Poshmark. Mm-hmm. So if you list something for $25, then it'll show up for people who've turned on the filter to just see things for $0 to $25, but you'll also show up, or that item will also show up for things that are in the filter for $25 to $50. So like if you can hit those $25 increments, then your item will show up in a couple different of those price filters. And that's kind of what I've always been doing. So with the $75 price point for that jacket, then people who are searching for jackets in the $50 to $75 range will see it, as well as people looking in the $75 to $100 range.
Makes sense. Probably should do that more often. Should probably go through my closet and fix all those things that are
That was a tip I learned from Mogi.
Oh, Mogi.
From the Mogi Beth. Yeah.
I love Miss Mogi Beth.
Yes.
Very successful reseller.
Absolutely.
Business woman. Forget reseller. Business woman.
Yes.
She's very successful. There's so many successful people in this community.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's very inspiring. Okay, let me grab my charger because my laptop is going to pass out soon. And you guys can see the loveliness that is the room behind me when I leave.
Amber, you're not cool enough for Clubhouse. Not true. You're cool. It's just Clubhouse, you have to get an invite, and it's just not, you can't get it if you don't have an iPhone. You have to find an invite. And if you have an Android, you just have to wait until it goes out to Android users, which I don't think is going to happen anytime soon. I don't think, I think they're going to gather all the data that they can for iPhone users, and then they will go from there. That is my guess. Now I found a blogger favorite jacket. I've never found a Zara blogger favorite anything before.
Ooh.
So that was exciting. All right, here's the Free People piece. I saved that on my phone.
I sold a pair of Baby Gap jeans for $12.90 with free shipping.
Just now? Nice.
So everyone be jealous. That's my life right now. Okay.
I have not sold, no lie. I did sell two things today. What did I sell? I sold a J. Crew shirt dress. It was new at Tags. I paid $5. I took a $20 offer. That was my only sale on Poshmark today. On eBay, I sold a black, it's called the Soho Boho black leather shoulder Coach bag. It's, let me see, I'll pop up a picture so you guys can see it. It's like a bag from the early 2000s, and I sold that for $50 today.
Nice.
Yeah, so I used to have that exact bag, and I sold it on Poshmark like 2 years ago. So when I found it, it was like nostalgia for me. I was like, well, I have to get it.
Yeah.
I used to own it.
That's fun.
That's my logic.
That is fun.
Becky, you need to go soon.
I do.
We'll have to do this again sometime.
I know, it was so fun.
And I think people enjoy. Do you guys enjoy this where we're just kind of listing and you guys are chatting and listing all at the same time? Well, right now they're talking about Clubhouse. They're not even listing.
Veronica.
Promise you're not missing out on much.
No. She said, rolling in it, Becky. How much McDonald's will that get you? No, not enough. Levi insists on getting a large fries every time we go. and like it's basically the size of him. Kathy's be proud of your Baby Gap jean sale. I am proud of it. They were not cute jeans. Like they are kind of like baggy and like they're very old. So I don't know why they're in my house.
Did you make a good profit on them?
I don't think I paid anything for them. I don't know how they got to my
better.
house.
So you just made $12 and you
exactly. Well, I have to pay for shipping. That's free shipping.
All right. Well,
I
think you don't have free shipping on things like that, Becky.
That's okay. I am proud of it. Yes. I had a few other like random and like decent sales. Like yesterday I had like a ton of sales, but they're all for like $11, $15. And I'm like, yay, we're
winning. Look at all the things I'm selling.
Exactly. So.
Becky, what do you use to edit your photos, if anything?
I do a lot of different things, but sometimes like my go-to used to be, I just do the pick, tap, go, the lights on filter. And I'm like really anal about having like a super white background.
Me too.
And then, so after I did the lights on filter, I would use Google Snapseed and I would do like the
The select button and the healing button.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like make it like super white. I had Canva Pro for a little bit. Like I had the free trial, which was really nice. And you could get rid of the background with that. I know Photo Room does that. Photo Fuse, I have Photo Fuse that does it too. And it does a pretty good job, but it like takes a really long time. Like I feel like I can actually do it in Google Snapseed faster than how long Photo Fuse takes. So, I mean, there's a lot of different things that will get me there, but yeah. Ellie said, do you guys sell Forever 21? I have
in the past, and surprisingly it is sold for full asking price before. I've sold H&M for $30 before. Like I just think it depends on the piece and what it is that you're finding.
What do you think, Ellie, from Forever 21?
Like I think if that's what's in your area and it's accessible to you and the cost of goods is low enough and you know that you'll be able to make double your money, then do it. Like you don't have to buy, expensive brands. And Becky,
you don't have to buy a blogger favorite coats.
Stop it. That was by chance. I was like, oh, this is cute. It's a baby blue moto jacket. I like moto jackets and it's by Zara. So why not? That's how that
works. So how did you find out that it was a blogger favorite?
Google Lens.
And then, so what? Something popped up that said blogger favorite.
All different pictures. Yeah, it said blogger favorite, and it was like on Pinterest, and people in Poshmark had listings that said blogger favorite on it. So,
well, there you go. I know people talk about that a lot, and I'm like, is there like
is there a secret club that I need to belong to?
Yes, like is there an Instagram handle called blogger favorites for Zara? Like I don't understand, but I mean, and some people like again, that's like what they do. That's like their niche. Yeah. Awesome. I personally just don't care to like learn. I don't have the time or the energy to learn about it. I used to like love when I was younger, like love going to like Barnes and getting all those like trashy celebrity magazines like Us Weekly and Life.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I would like look at them from cover to cover and I would know like all the popular brands at the time because, they talk about that kind of stuff. And I just like don't have the time to do that anymore. And it probably is an investment in my business.
Right.
But I don't know, like it just,
It's one of those things. I used to do that all the time when I was younger, before I was married and had like a real job and was done with college and all that stuff.
Yes.
When life is more simple, I absolutely did that. In Style, Marie Claire, I had it all the time. Exactly. Veronica has 5 more items to cross post to Macari. 37. Woohoo! Nice job. eBay will take me 5,000 hours. Well, people say you're supposed to list on eBay first and then cross-post everywhere else, but I don't do that.
I know, I don't either.
I probably should, but I don't.
I do Poshmark first because it's...
Me too. That is what I do. What do you guys do? Do you guys do Poshmark first, or do you do eBay first? What do you do first? I wonder if anyone does Macari first.
Macari honestly kind of takes a while too now, though, because they're asking for more item specifics.
Oh, are they? I haven't listed on there in probably like 6 months.
So. And like dumb item specifics. Like sometimes they'll ask like, if you list anything Lululemon, they're like, well, what's the style? And I'm like, I don't know. And there's like, and I don't like,
why does it matter?
I know. Like they want you to, or like if you list a pair of like Nikes or something, they're like, well, they have like a drop down menu with like all the different options. And I'm like, no, don't do that. That's too much. Leave me alone.
Macari used to be very simple. It used to be like a thing. And that was it. Michelle made a sale today. Pair of Arizona booties I got from a ThredUp box. Nice. I've never done a ThredUp box, Becky. Never.
You've never done one? Mm-hmm. I like it, but it's not for everyone. And I
feel like I don't like the element of surprise enough for me to want to do. You know what I mean? I've done I've done a scarf box before.
Never done that one. How was it?
It was actually pretty good. I tripled my money, so I really can't complain. You never know what you're going to get in there. That's the thing. You have no idea. And the investment on that is very low.
Yes, for sure. And Arizona, surprisingly, like, because Arizona is like JCPenney or something, right?
Yeah. I'm going to say, does it sell? I have no idea.
I had 2 pairs of jeans for men that were like the same jean, and they were both Arizona, and they both sold so fast, like within a week or 2 of me listing them. And for like one sold for like 25, one sold for like 20, but still I was like, oh, People are
I
looking
mean,
for it.
there's something to be said about that, right? Like people want what they know. So if people are used to buying in wherever it is they buy, Target, JCPenney, Macy's, whatever, those are the brands they know, they're going to pay for it.
Exactly.
They're looking for it. So yeah. Someone was, I don't know where I heard this, but someone had said that Walmart, like vintage Walmart brands, like Faded Glory, that's vintage, like 90s, early 2000s, is selling on Depop. Yeah.
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 I sold a Faded Glory skirt that I got it from school when we did like a garage sale thing. It sold for like $9. And I was like, thank you for getting out of my house. Like, I don't even know why. It was new with tags. That's the only reason I listed it. But it retailed for $12.99. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I just need to get this out of my house.
Right.
I'm the type of person, like if I list something, like I will just keep it until it sells. And so
Yep. I am the same way. So Amanda is saying eBay first. Poshmark Macari only take 1 minute more. Yeah, this is what everyone says, but I'm just so comfortable listing on Poshmark. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm listing on Poshmark first. So I find it to be faster for me.
It's so much faster.
Amber says I get to open a 50-pound DIY denim box when I'm done with my inventory. Woohoo!
I hope you get some good stuff, Amber.
Yeah, I hope so too.
I mean, I always make money, but I get so many crappy things. So, oh God, I hope you get some good stuff. Are you going to make a video, Amber?
Yeah, you should make a video about it so we can go and watch it once it's listed. I relisted an item today that was on Poshmark forever, and it sold in 10 minutes. Relist your items, friends. Yeah. So I know, Becky, you use Seller Insight, right?
Mm-hmm. I love it. It literally it takes like 30 seconds to relist with Seller Insight. Like it's just like, and people will sit there and they'll do like 47, relistings in like 20 minutes or something, like just while they're watching a show. Like it is amazing. I love it so much.
Great. I've never used it, but I've heard wonderful things about it.
Oh, I love it with all my heart. I can't wait. Like I hope that they find a way. And I think that this would be so hard. I don't know anything about coding or anything, like I said earlier, but
yeah.
I wish they could integrate like eBay and Mercari and, because that would be
they're Poshmark exclusive right now.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. They have like cross-listing abilities to other platforms. But it's not like List Perfectly or Vendoo where it's like, but it's still, a lot of people like it, but not as far as like seeing your data from other reselling platforms. Yeah. All right.
All right. You're leaving me.
I am leaving you. You guys, this was so fun. Daniela, thank you so much for having me.
Of course, Becky, anytime. You're welcome on this channel whenever you would like to be on here.
Sweet. Yeah, this was so fun. And I will hopefully be back. I'll have Daniela on my channel too. We'll have to do this again channel as well. But yeah, I think it's fun to like kind of work and also
you're working with your peers.
Yes.
Yeah. These are our coworkers and we're all working together.
Yes.
And it's a lot of fun.
Oh, you guys are amazing. All right. Well, thank you so much. I will see you guys later.
Bye, Becky.
Bye.
Bye. All right, friends. Becky's out. It's just me. You're stuck with just me. Also, Marissa, I saw your comment that it was Chloe that said that. So this means, if you guys don't know, I have a podcast, which all you that are in here probably do know. I have a podcast called Thrifters Villa with Lori Tata, who's Lori's Boston Found. And Chloe was on our, so Marissa was on the podcast. Chloe's on the podcast, Karen. And, oh my God, blanking on the last name. Marissa, this is bad. Who else was on the podcast? Oh my God, Jess. Sorry, guys. Anyway, so we had a final, like a finale episode for 2020, and we had some of our listeners on, and Chloe mentioned that Faded Glory is like all the rage with the young, cool kids, and she would know because she is a young, cool kid, unlike me, who's 34 years old and not so cool anymore. All right, Veronica, nice. 37 items cross-posted. That's awesome. I'm just going to go through here really quick. I'm going to list 2 more items, guys, and then we're going to call it a night because I actually need to eat at some point. It's 7:10, and I haven't eaten. I walked in the door, and I started this live so that we could all list together. Then that would be why, Veronica, that you heard that. It is because you heard Thrifters Villa this morning. Hello, hello. Yes, she does know what all the cool kids want. I have some GoPro footage that I'll be editing probably this week, and I'll try to remember to let you know when it's uploaded. Awesome. All right, guys, what are you listing now? Are you still listing? Are you done? I'm going to list a pair of aloe leggings. Let me edit them first. You guys can actually see what they look like. They have these rips in the knee area. It's not like their typical moto legging that people always tend to go for. Hey, Jen. Right here, we're going to promo Jen, the Savvy Outfitter. If you guys don't subscribe to her channel yet, she just started a channel. She is a local reseller to me. She also has Ria, which is a reseller inventory management app. She's got lots of content to offer, so let's all go show her some love when this video is over and subscribe to her channel and watch her videos and give her a thumbs up and all that wonderful, wonderful stuff. 23 more items until I can go thrifting again. Well, then you better start listing so you can go thrifting. If anyone wants to lowball me on Posh, I'll probably accept. That's funny. That's so funny. All right, guys, let's edit these photos. So I know Becky was saying the apps that she uses to edit. I use Photo Room when I need a white background. I use Lightroom with presets that I've designed that will eventually be for all of you as well. I'm still working on them. The ones I have right now are in my own beta phase. And then once I get them perfected, they will be out to all of you lovely people so you guys can use them. Oh, thank you. Yeah, give me a thumbs up so YouTube knows that, you know, people like me and this video. And maybe, I don't know, I get a few more subscribers, which I have to say, I am so surprised. I was at 500 subscribers, or 504 subscribers, I'm sorry, January 1st. And today's what, January 20th? And I'm at 582 or something like that. So I am shocked. I am so shocked. Because I'm just, you know, this girl who works on reselling and has a podcast and a YouTube channel. And I don't know, I'm not like anything special here. I'm just talking to a bunch of people that I enjoy talking to, doing things that we love to do together. So yeah. Hey, Lori, we're just talking about you. You're not late to the party. Becky had to hop off, but I am still listing. Still need to get, I have 2 more listings I need to get done, and then everything on my phone will be done. And then I have to tackle the pile that's in the corner when I'm done eating. So when this is all over, I'm going to go eat. I'm going to make myself a salad, and I have some ground turkey and some avocado, and I'm going to eat that, come back in this room and photograph until I have to go to bed, so that I have enough things to list until probably Saturday. And then the weekend is usually where I do the majority of my listing. Yeah, that's usually when I get most of it done. So don't mind the redness tonight, guys. I really think it's from the stress of today from work and just the insanity that I had to deal with. There was just a lot that was going on, and I'm like splotchy everywhere, and I'm just a mess today. So please excuse my YouTube appearance. I know you're supposed to like look nice on YouTube. It's like a thing, but you know. Oh, you've been listening to Blake in his weight loss room. Yeah, I forgot about that. He had his Weight Watchers room tonight in Clubhouse. Yeah, totally forgot about that. I'll have to message him. I have not been on Clubhouse at all today, and I had said this before. I was supposed to go on with Denali today at 1 o'clock, which we always have a Clubhouse room Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern, and work was just too crazy, and I couldn't do it. So, but I went home to make sure I come to this live, made a commitment to it, and I just wanted to do it. And it's motivating for me to come on here and talk to you guys and get these listings up. I mean, I've got 4 items up right now, so that's great. And I had mentioned before, for all those that are coming on now, hi Jess, for everyone that's coming on right now, I think what I'm going to do, I think this is going to be my project on whatever day closet clear out's going to happen, so maybe tomorrow, because today is the love it or list it challenge that they always have. So whether it's tomorrow or Saturday, whatever day that falls on, I'm going to go through my closet, and all items that my cost of goods were $10 with the exception of a few pieces. I'm going to mark it $25. And we're going to see what happens. It's going to be an experiment. We're going to document it. We're going to talk about it on YouTube. We'll probably do a video, maybe a live, who knows, but that's going to be my experiment. That is what I am going to do. And I'm just curious, like, what's going to happen once I start marking all that stuff at 25? And the reason why I say 25 is because my payout will be 20. And if I paid $10, I'm still doubling my money. I feel like I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. I have my kid in one ear and listening to Daniela with the other. I can't multitask more right now. I mean, that's a lot because I like to talk. So if you have a toddler or a child, I'm sorry, in one ear and then me, that's, God bless you. That is a lot to handle. I love that you can have Clubhouse playing in the background. Yeah, I agree, although I'm listening on my phone. So, I mean, I could have it playing in the background, but that'd be very distracting since I'm on here with you and probably extremely rude on my end if I did that. I can't find these aloe leggings, guys. I'm using Google Lens right now. I never finished telling you what apps I use. I got distracted by what was going on here. So Photo Room I use thanks to Lori, and I use that. I use the free version. I don't pay for it. And when I need a white background, I use the presets that I've created in Lightroom, but I do use the different editing features in Lightroom too. Lightroom is actually very user-friendly if you sit down and play around with it. And then I do use Snapseed if I need to like remove different things in the image. They have the healing app option where it blurs things out and deletes them. So I use that as well. Yeah, so those are the only things that I use. Do you guys use anything different? Feel free to leave that in the chat. I'm always learning about new things because I feel like there's just so many apps out there. I was on Sarah Styles LLC's YouTube on Monday. The days all blend on Monday, and someone had mentioned there's a new cross-posting tool that's free up to, I think, 50 listings. I don't remember the exact details, but if you watch that video, I think it's towards the end, but you should really watch the whole thing. She talks about this. I researched it. I cannot remember the name to save my life, but it's free up to 50 listings, I believe, is what it was. So if you haven't cross-posted anything yet and you want to try something, you can do that, or I have a better idea. You can listen to this week's episode of Thrifters Villa, and Lori and I had Vendu on, and they have a special promo code for all of our listeners for 1 month. And you could do that too, because I'm experimenting, and so I'm a List Perfectly girl, but in venturing into Vendu, I want to try both out. I want to see how they both go, which one's faster for me, which one I feel like I'm being more efficient and effective with in my business. And then I will make my final decision as to which cross-listing platform I want to stay with and pay every month too. So yeah, shameless plug, absolutely. I mean, I have no shame. You should listen to Thrifters Villa because it's a fun podcast with two New England girls. I don't really know what else is better than that. I mean, nothing really, in my opinion. Daniela's a little sassy today because I've had a day. So sorry if you're not used to this side of me, but this is just me at all times. Show me the aloe leggings. I know. I'm trying to find them. Hold on. I think I got them. I just saw them on Amazon. These are them. See them? They've got the rips all over the place. Looks like they're called the color's Eclipse. Aloe Yoga Women's High Rise Ripped Warrior Leggings. They're called the Warrior Leggings. I have no idea what these things resell for. Forget what they retail for. I don't care about what they retail for. I want to know what they resell for. So we're going to go back into Google. We're going to copy and paste the title. And okay, so they retail for $125, but what are they selling at on other platforms? So we have sold here on Poshmark for $75. Jen, is that correct? $75 for these? I feel like that's high. Here's another pair, $55 sold. Okay. $70. All right. So are these something that people really want? Am I missing something on these? I just listened to Thrifters Villa with Josh and Thomas. I learned a lot. Josh and Thomas are amazing. I didn't know them before the episode. Lori had spoken to them before and had experience speaking to them. I had no idea who they were. But I learned a lot from them. I learned about the platform. I learned that it's more than just a cross-posting application. Like their story is just great. They have reselling experience. The vision for their application is, I think it's impressive. And I think they really care about what the reselling community wants and what would help make their lives easier, right? I'm just catching up on some comments here. All right, Jen said, I was going to say the airbrush high rise. Close. Hot pair. All right. Jen's saying that these are a hot pair, the high-waisted ripped warrior leggings. I don't know. I saw those aloe leggings. They were at Plato's Closet and they were $5. So I grabbed them because the price was fine. Yeah, Veronica, I think 75 is fair. Oh, it was an influencer favorite. Okay, so what's the difference between an influencer favorite and a blogger favorite? Is there a difference? Is there a difference between the two, or are they the exact same thing? Because more likely than not, the influencer is also a blogger or has a blog. I feel like they're interchangeable. But tell me, is there a difference between them? And which influencer wore it? Because maybe I need to put that into my description, because that would probably be helpful. I do see they were sold on Revolve as well. So that's cool. All right, I need to go in here. Yeah, Caitlin, I agree. They genuinely care about their product. I agree. It's very nice and it is refreshing to speak to individuals who just can't help but brag. I don't want to say brag, but just exude the excitement that they have on the product that they've developed and how it helps everyone in the community. And I think it's extremely helpful that they're resellers as well. I think that is, it definitely helps because they understand what it is that we all need. Yes, aloe and used influencers as their models. Of course they did. Who doesn't use influencers nowadays as models? Is she an influencer? I don't know who she is. I don't have a clue. Should I put her in the photo? I don't know. You'll get a great return. I hope so. I mean, I paid $5, so I would assume so. But even though I paid $5, I also averaged my costs. So my average cost of goods for this trip was $14.50. Either way, I'm going to get a good return on them. It's just aloe for me has been hit or miss lately. I feel like last year I could sell aloe leggings, and this year it's a little bit more of a push for me. It's not as easy for me anymore. It was on the cover of the wholesale catalog. I remember when I used to buy them wholesale. Good to know. This is why it's good to have Jen as a friend, because I can show her different things and different brands and be like, what is this? Help me. Because you know fashion more than I do. I know luxury and I know designer. Jen knows like fashion. What's the difference between both of us? I mean, I guess I know fashion, but it's like my wheelhouse is definitely designer and luxury because I just love researching the history of it and all of that. So are we in agreement, guys? $75 for these leggings. Jen, what do you think? 75? Like, how hot are they? That I need to do I need to list them high? Is it something that people are going to come running for? They're navy, they're not black, so I feel like I can't list them as high as I would a pair of black leggings, but maybe I'm wrong. It's very possible that I am wrong. Is that to the aloe leggings, Lori? Because I feel like it's just one of those things. It's like other brands, right? They just start to drop off and then all of a sudden they become hot again. Like I felt like last year and even the year before, 2019 to 2020, it was hard for me to sell Lululemon at a good price. And now, like since May or June of last year, it's like Lululemon sells at a premium price again. What happened? That's because everyone's home, which makes sense. Oh, hi, Christy. How are you? We are just listing. I'm finishing up. I have one more listing to go. We've got the aloe leggings going up right now. Jen is saying 75 is a good competitive price. Yeah, see, if they weren't blue, it would be a different story. If they weren't the navy blue color, they would probably go for a little bit more, and they would probably sell faster, to be honest with you. Color always plays a big part in all of that. Sorry, guys. I'm on my computer, and there's this pop-up that keeps coming up here. I use Vendu and love it. Yeah. Oh, well, that's good to know. I'm glad that you love it. Hello. Welcome back, Heidi. It's nice to have you. Going to have a dark and stormy with Jay. Enjoy, Lori. Love you too. Have fun. Go watch your show on Netflix that I know you love. Oop. Wearing my aloe crop sweater now. Love them. See, I have aloe leggings on right now. I personally love aloe. I think it's great. When I first was introduced to aloe, I was like, I like these way better than Lululemon, and now I flopped, and now I like Lululemon better than aloe. Not that I ever need to be spending this much money on leggings, but they were all thrifted, so there's that. All right, guys, are you guys still listing? Are you still doing your thing? Are you cross-listing? What are you doing right now while I finish up this last listing? Oh, these aloe leggings are a size large. That's pretty good. Most of these pieces that I'm listing tonight are a size large, which is nice. I'm not going to lie, having the chat and being like the host is difficult because you're trying to list and then pay attention to what everyone is doing. So, and I feel like a bad host if I'm not constantly engaging with everyone. Hey, Lori, Vendu girl. All right. We got Vendu people in the house. What's like the number one thing you love about Vendu? Let me know in the chat what your favorite thing is about Vendu. I think for me right now, being that I'm a List Perfectly girl, the one thing that I like the most right now is that I can stay all in one interface. I don't have to go into various tabs, which is what I have to do with List Perfectly. Everything's on one interface, and I just click a button, and then, I fill in the different requirements that I need to, and I'm good to go. And I can import my closet, my Poshmark closet, and do all that. Marissa, Jen is definitely your girl for that. She would know. So Jen, if you're still here, and you can help Marissa out on how to price the vest, or if anyone in the chat has an idea of how to price, I've never sold a brand, so I can do research for you, though. Once I'm done listing this item, I'm just pricing it right now. I can help. But I don't know what you would price that at. So if anyone can help Marissa out in the chat, well, we're all in this together. We're all working together here. Trying to get some listings up, make some sales. Make sure you guys let me know, too. DM me on Instagram and let me know if you made some sales from doing this, too. Listing together for this hour. We're going on an hour and a half right now of listing. Honestly, this could be like a 6-hour chat. But that would mean that I wouldn't eat and I wouldn't sleep and I would not have a good day tomorrow. All right. All right, $68. Jen, before you came on, Becky was saying that we should be pricing things in like the brackets that people can filter by on Poshmark. And I've heard other people say that too. Do you do that at all? Because I used to and then I stopped. So I don't know. Should I go back to it? So I'm in 2 different categories when people are filtering price points. I feel like I'm doing it wrong. Maybe more of my items would be seen. Very possible. Why do you have a fleece on the screen? I'm checking comps. Husband, what size is that? Not your size. I need to sell it. That's what you need to tell him. Not your size. Back off. Just kidding. All right, guys, I've listed 6 items. How many items have you guys, and mind you, I'm going through, I'm like I'm editing the photos, I'm looking up comps. I have nothing done. I'm literally starting at square one as I'm doing this. This is not like I have things drafted. I had nothing drafted. I showed up 5 minutes before the show even started. Like that's where I'm at. Lori, so you think Vendoo's faster? Did you use List Perfectly before? Just curious. Missed that one. I'm cross-drafting to eBay and my laptop is hating me. So I'm so sad because I have a Mac. I have a MacBook Air and it's from like 2012. And the battery's dying on it. So this thing was fully charged when I started. I had the charger on. I took the charger out about 15, 20 minutes ago, and I'm already at 70% battery, which is never a good sign. So that makes me really, really sad. The comps look to be in that range. See, Jen knows her stuff. Jen knows her stuff. She's definitely someone that you want to be following. I am constantly bugging her. Like, hey, what do I do with this? Because I don't know. Has anyone sold Aviva leggings? I have 2 questions. I have a size 14 Aviva leggings. Do I price them in women's or do I price them in kids? And what do I price such a thing at? Because I feel like the last time I sold a pair of Aviva leggings, I swore I'd never sell them again because I couldn't move them and they sat for about a year. So I need help. If anyone would like to help me in that. Hello to everyone who is joining. I am not ignoring you. I promise I'm just listening because that's the whole point of this right now is we are listening together and we're getting all of those items up on those platforms where they should be and not just hanging out. Oh, no, I don't know about dedicated. Just kidding. I made a commitment and I need to stick to it. I don't like canceling on people. MacBook Air 2014. It's letting me know it's on the way out. Yeah, mine's doing the same thing, but I'm ignoring it. It needs to last a little bit longer. I don't want to buy a new computer. I just bought a new phone. It's enough. Although I will say, this is an iPhone 12 Pro. I had an iPhone 8 Plus before this, and game changer when it comes to camera, like, and video. Like, I just night and day. So good. Love everything about it. I just don't understand why the new MacBook's camera does not match the phones. It makes no sense to me. That's one thing I don't understand about Apple. You won't upgrade the camera on the computer, but the phone camera is amazing. You're doing great. I like that you still have access to all your listings, even though you don't have just subscription act. Yeah. So the real reason why I really was intrigued about Vendoo was the relist and delist feature, besides the whole interface thing. So we're going to see how that goes. I got to import all my inventory. I'm like in the process of importing my inventory and doing all that. I had said before, but for those who are just coming on, I had a VA kind of do all my cross listing for me because there was over 500 items and there was no way that I was going to be able to do it all because I was lazy and I work full time and I have lots of different projects going on. So now I get to really like dive in myself and try out Vendoo. All right, Aviva, here we go. Aviva joggers, trying to remember what I sold them for. I think it was on my 3 Citizen sales. Okay, so you're telling me I have to go on a different platform? I don't want to do that. Can I put them on Mercari? Will they sell on Mercari? So you're saying I should list them as kids, not women's, even though they're size 14, which is what, technically an extra small in women's? I don't know. I don't know, guys. Love my 12. Yes. You want the 12. You need to get it. So I'm going to say you need to get it if you can afford it, of course. This was difficult for me, and it was because my phone was done. I mean, it was broken. I couldn't do anything with it anymore. So I had to switch. I downloaded both and used them at the same time for a week. I was torn because they are both awesome. But Vendoo came in for the win because of the upload speed. Yeah, that absolutely makes sense. I think I need to play around with Vendoo a little bit more and get a better understanding of how the whole interface works. And then I think once I get into a rhythm, I'll be able to really like sit down and time it and see, okay, if I do 5 listings with List Perfectly, what is it? And if I do 5 listings with Vendoo, like what's the difference? What are the pros? What are the cons? You know, all of that stuff. All right, Jen, put them as kids. I tried both and they didn't move. And then I listed them as small adult. What do you mean? How'd you do that? Explain to me. Yeah, yep. See, this is the relist and delist is definitely like the game changer, I think. I'm excited to try Vendo first time using it tonight. Yeah, Marissa, let me know how you like it. I think you're gonna like it. I think it'll be good for you. I think it's very user friendly, and if you have any issues with the interface, you can always message them, email them. They're very responsive. The team, like Josh and Thomas and the whole crew, answer all questions. So you're getting direct support. They should sell Macari. They are technically kids. They are, but they technically could be women's as well. All right, Veronica, thank you so much for coming. I will talk to you soon, friend. All right, guys, one more listing, and then we're going to sign off of here. Let's edit the photo. This is a Wilfred Free, totally not in season. Don't care. It is it's a t-shirt dress. Let me edit the photo, and then I will show you guys what it looks like. Okay, presets there. So, can you see that right there? So it's a very basic t-shirt dress. I have an issue when I find Wilfred or Aritzia, any of the Aritzia brands. I have a problem. I can never find stock photos for it when I enter in the style number that's in the tag. Has anyone else had that problem? If you find Aritzia, I can type in the style number all day long, and I don't always find the style. Like, am I doing it wrong? Is it not the entire style number that you type in? Like, I'll show you right now. Boop, 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 boop. Don't mind my finger in the photo, but boop. See how it says style number? Like, is it not that whole thing? Should I not be typing in that whole thing? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Because if I type in the whole thing, I don't always get stuff. Lori taught our hubby how to use Vendu, and now he cross-lists for me. I need to get my husband on board with that. That would be great. Oh, look at you. Get that exercise, Jen. Walking on the treadmill. I tried listing them as a small women's, and they didn't move at all. Moved them back to kids, and then they sold. All right, well, then I guess I'm going to list them as kids. Of course, Michelle. I will always hang out with everyone. You know me. With the newer pieces, much more reliable. Try the number with less digits. Okay. I have such a hard time with it, Ashley. I don't know what it is. Because that is such a basic piece, that t-shirt dress. There's no way that I'm going to be able to, if I Google Lens it, I'm doing it right now, I don't think it's going to come up. No. Oh, lie. It did. But is it the same one? Wilfred Free. It's called the Mara dress. I don't know if this is it. I don't know. I think this is it. It's in gray, though. That's it. Look at that. Google Lens did come through. Yeah, I think that's what I struggle with, is the older pieces. But it looks like I did find it, and it's called the Mara dress. I mean, comforting to know that it's a newer piece, and I was able to find it. Okay. Here's the problem. You guys tell me what you would do. It is on clearance for $24.99. They still have all sizes available on the website, but not in the color. Oh no, just kidding. There's only one size available, and it's not in the color that I have. So I should still be good to list it at the price that I want. So retail for $60. I think I'm going to list it at like $40 and go from there. Aritzia brands are tough. I feel like they don't always hold their value the way that you would hope. Certain pieces do. There's certain jackets that do. Certain sweaters that definitely will. But that kind of makes me sad. It's such an expensive brand to buy retail for yourself, and it just doesn't really resell for the amount that you would hope to get. I have two of these dresses. I found them at Savers. I found it in a peach color and a yellow color, but I did not photograph the yellow, just the peach. So we're gonna get this one listed in here. Anyone make any sales where they're listing? Anyone at all? Did you make sales? Because if you did, that's pretty awesome. I did not, but I do have a lot of likes since I started listing things. We're on my 7th item now, which is wonderful. All right. What do you guys think? 40 bucks? I think 40 is fair. I think that's a fair price. And then I'll get offers and I'll probably accept. I think I paid, my cost of goods that trip was $6. So either way, it will be a good return for me. I was going to guess 30 when you first started. No. Etsy is one of those brands that like overprices their items. Although all brands do when it's retail price, right? Oh boy. All right, guys, we're finishing up this listing. All right, we're gonna list it at 40. No one's giving me input, so I'm listing it at 40 because you guys are just ignoring me right now, which is totally fine. That means you're listing, so I'm okay with it. And that is listed. See, this is my thing. Poshmark is so easy to list on. So easy to list on. This would take me a lot longer if it was eBay. It would take me longer. All right, and that is posted. All right, I feel good about myself. 7 listings, got to talk to friends, been on here for almost 2 hours. Need to get off, need to go eat some food, need to put pajamas on, and maybe turn on Clubhouse for a little bit to see what's going on, because I haven't been on all day. I want to see what rooms are going on. Gave you input and you wisely ignored it. Heidi, I'm, hoping that I get an offer for 30. That's why I priced it 40. That is my logic behind it. Take it or leave it, Heidi. In case you don't know, Heidi and I are friends. So if I seem a little snarky, that's why. But yeah, if you guys liked this and you want me to do this again, I mean, I will. I can't guarantee I'm going to do it next week, but I'll put it into my repertoire of videos, and we can do this once a week, once every couple of weeks maybe, and we'll do a listing live thing and chat with one another, and you guys get to be engaged and ask questions about whatever items it is that you're listing, and I got to ask you questions and you gave me feedback, and I think it's really great. And maybe I'll do it with just me myself, or maybe I'll have guests on. We'll do a little bit of both and see how that goes. It's nice to have someone else obviously here talking with me, so I'm not just talking myself, because sometimes that gets a little lonely even though I'm reading the screen and seeing what you guys are doing. Yeah, so thank you for that. I did have a new video that came out on Monday, and that was a compilation of my real sales and how that all went for me. I have a new video that I'm hopefully going to edit Saturday, and that might go live Saturday or Sunday, and that's just a thrift haul. And then I gotta film more videos. Never ending YouTube saga, right? All right, everyone, I gotta get off. It was nice talking to all of you. Thank you for coming on here. I really appreciate it. If you're not already subscribed and you liked me and this 2 hours with me, feel free to subscribe. I usually upload content once or twice a week. I do come on live frequently with guests. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.